What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I want to talk about Amina Buddafly. For those of you who may remember her, she was on Love and Hip Hop along with Peter Gunz. Peter Gunz and her had this very weird situation where he started dating her. I think she came over from Germany. He already was dealing with another woman and was getting both of these women pregnant at the same time. And Peter Gunz, he was going viral for that, being on Love and Hip Hop, impregnating with these women, having this girl and having the side chick, because that's basically what Amina Buddafly was. Don't disturb, that's the situation she put herself in. Well, she had children with this guy, and years later, she's talking about how she's homeless. She was living in Los Angeles and she left her home. She threw away a lot of stuff. She put this on the internet, by the way. She talked about how she's homeless. She had to move back to Germany with her family. She had to throw away a lot of her things. And she's going through a really tough spot. Well, Peter Gunz caught wind of this and he responded. And he basically said that, her moving to Germany was her idea, which I believe. He said that he offered her an apartment in Texas. She rejected that idea. She rejected that. And that he's been paying her thousands of dollars every month. Every month. And he didn't want her to go back to Germany because he didn't want a situation where she couldn't get back in the country with the children, right? See, this is why, and I believe she might have even clarified her comments. She made a choice to leave Los Angeles, leave the United States, and go back to her family. That is a choice that she made. And I think that when she put it out there, put the video out there on TikTok, no less, that, she's homeless and all that, people are instantly going to blame Peter Gunz. They're going to instantly think that, he won't help her, which is not true. When she made that TikTok video, she should have made it very clear that Peter Gunz wasn't the issue here, but she did not. So he had to respond to her. See, again, ladies, stop messing around with men who have other women. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're on the side. And now again, they eventually got together, but that whole situation was doomed from the start. And now she's out here like a single mother, because apparently back in 2023, she was dating a guy who I believe he was her trainer, because they made a lot of videos in the gym together. But I believe they were a couple. Now, I don't know what happened with that relationship. They must not be together anymore for her to pack up her children and move to Germany, of all places. Lets me know that relationship, even though she posted them all over her page, that relationship fell apart. And maybe that's what's driving her to want to leave. Now, I know LA has gone through a lot over the last year with the fires. And then you got the LA riots that are going on, the ICE riots. But she could have moved anywhere in the States. The cost of living in Los Angeles is very high. You could have chosen another part of America to move into, but she didn't. She wanted to go back to Germany. She wanted to go back to her comfort zone. That's what this says to me. She wanted to go back to her comfort zone. She did not want the responsibility of paying bills in the United States. So let's get into this article. Hot New Hip Hop. Recently, Amina Buddafly took to social media to reveal that she moved to Germany to stay with family after losing her home in Los Angeles. Recently, Amina Buddafly took to social media to reveal that she and her two daughters she shares with Peter Gunz are currently homeless. Day one of waking up in Germany after losing our home in LA, she declared. We don't have a home, y'all. Thank God for family, because we're in Germany with my family. We're going to be here till I figure it out, because I will, as I always do. The last couple of years have been so rough. I threw my whole life in the trash, 80% of what we owned, and I didn't own anything valuable anyway to begin with, she began. It feels very good to not have much, but have what's important, which is love. Buddafly's video quickly went viral, eventually prompting a response from Gunz. Really thought we gave the world enough of our private life. However, the show must go on, and this must be addressed. Please join me on my live 1 p.m. Eastern, he wrote on his Instagram. Now, I believe this is his response.
And I'm like, that don't make any sense. That's like Pete Gunz's kids right there, you know? And
God, I'm kind of at a loss for words with it because it's more hurt, and I try not to put anything else out in the world that would hurt my kids, because already I did Loving Hip Hop. I got a lot of explaining to do from the bullshit I did on the show.
yeah,
So I try not to put nothing out in the world, and I do love Amina. Amina has a good heart. She means well. I'm another shot. Listen, I literally got off the phone with Amina yesterday. I'm handling some stuff for a car in LA, and she asked me, can I get tickets for a jazz show for her and her family to take her moms to? There was no discussion of anything negative like that. I flew to LA last week.
and you moved around. You were helping her move.
This is the plan. The plan was she's going to move to Germany for a little bit. Well, her sister to give herself a break. I didn't really necessarily like the idea. So she wants to move her instruments in her vanity set into storage because the furniture is fucked up. Amina's furniture, a dog and pissed all over everything, bed, everything. It's nasty. So throw that shit in the trash. Jeez. We'll start over when you get back. So her friend has an Airbnb. So I'll pay the rent up in the Airbnb for a couple months until you get on your feet and just stay there.
Yeah.
Boom. That was the plan when she come back. I wanted her to do that. I didn't want her to leave. I really would rather have done that because of 2 reasons. One is that's like a vacation. You get to go sit down for 2 months and chill and then come back and I still got the same. So let's just pay the shit now and stay. The other reason is Trump may not let you back in this motherfucker, Amina. You know, and you and I know why. So now I will have to fly in to LAX in the event that they don't let you in to get my kids, because I'm not gonna, I wouldn't want that to happen.
Right.
So Amina says to me, Peter, if they don't let me back in, it's just meant for me to stay in Germany.
That is crazy. Do y'all hear that? That is crazy. Yo, that's crazy. So even though, the immigration situation might be bad as far as trying to get back into the country, she's like, if she's not able to get back into the country, so be it. That tells you everything you need to know about this situation. She wants to be in Germany. She wanted to leave the US and go back to Germany for whatever reason. Maybe again, it's her comfort zone. She ain't got to pay no bills there, and she could just do whatever she want without the responsibilities that she had back in the States.
I literally had to sign for my kids to go. I wasn't comfortable with it. Not at this date and time with what's going on with ICE and all this crazy shit. Hence the reason why we married. Anyway, if I'm being honest with you on some brother shit, the last thing I would ever do is lie.
Right.
I would never lie or
You never lie. You never lie to
I
me.
love my kids, bro. My kids can never be homeless.
Real shit.
I have an apartment in Dallas. I said, Amina, just go stay in Dallas. Live there. What am I going to do in Dallas? Live rent free? Swim? Go at amenities, chill for a little bit, give me a breather because I can't pay rent every multiple places. Get a place up in Dallas, I send Amina thousands every month. Whatever she asks, she will get on here and tell you the truth. It's just that she wasn't able to hold her side of shit up. She felt like...
All right, that's it for that. During his stream today, the rapper explained that he doesn't usually be putting his business out there these days, especially if it could have a negative impact on his children. It appears, however, that this situation is different. According to him, it was allegedly his ex decision to move to Germany so her family could help her out. Gunz added that he wasn't a huge fan of the idea, as he was concerned that she might have trouble getting back into the United States. He continued claiming, He offered up his apartment in Dallas to her, which she allegedly refused. I send Amina thousands every month. She also alleged as captured by the Hollywood Unlocked. Whatever she asked is just that she wasn't able to hold up her side of stuff up. Yeah, this seems like a decision she made on her own. I don't think Peter would be okay with her taking those children to Germany like that, but that's what she wants to do. And she seems like a very stubborn woman, and she's going to do whatever it is she wants to do. This is why, once again, maybe she just doesn't find fulfillment from being in the States, her career. Maybe she just feels like it's time for her to go back, because that's where she's from ultimately. That's home to her. America isn't home to her. America was a dream, but I don't think it's home for her. She wants to go to be in a comfort zone to where she doesn't she doesn't have to worry about the day-to-day responsibilities. That's what it seems like to me. I just don't think she wants to focus. She does not want to be in a situation where she has to worry about bills and things of that nature and taking care of those kids on her own. She wants her family to help her, which is understandable, but instead of moving the family to you, you're moving to them. And I think also one of the reasons why Peter Gunz didn't like this idea is because, she's taking those children to another country. You're taking those children to a whole nother country that's not very close to the States. That's a long plane ride. But again, Amina's always come across as somebody who's very stubborn, and she's going to do what she wants to do. But talking about how you're homeless when it was your choice to move, I could see why Peter was annoyed. Like, homeless? How you homeless when you told me you wanted to move? I helped you move. Because people, when you say things like that, Amina, people are going to look at Peter Gunz as if he's not paying not paying child support or handling his responsibilities. That's something that she should have made sure she said in the video. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. If you don't share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I'll see y'all next.